I think it's pretty safe to say that by far one of the most beloved characters in the Star Wars franchise, specifically within the Skywalker saga, has got to be Anakin Skywalker, portrayed by Hayden Christensen in the prequel trilogy era by Disney and Lucasfilm. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the thing about Disney Star Wars is that we do know that they are now in a phase of damage control. There's no doubt about this because we've seen what they're doing with The Mandalorian and the Clone Wars Season 7, serving as the perfect amount of momentum to really like throw Star Wars into a better direction, right? That's exactly what they want. They want these two projects to serve as a baseline to really give fans hope, a glimmer of hope, if you will, to see a light at the end of the tunnel of where this franchise is really going now that Kathleen Kennedy no longer has creative control over any of the existing Star Wars projects currently in the early development phase. Now, with that being said, we do know that Disney had a lot of issues with multiple projects ranging from The Last Jedi to Solo: A Star Wars Story to The Rise of Skywalker and others, and honestly, I think that the strongest film that they have made yet is Rogue One: A Star Wars Story. I don't know if you guys agree or disagree, whatever it may be, it's fine, but I think that Rogue One definitely is the most authentic Disney Star Wars movie there is, because of how much it really feels like the original trilogy, at least in my eyes. So, moving on here, we do know that Bob Iger and Bob Chapek only want the best for the fans at this point in time, and not just for the fans, but also for the company of Disney, right? They don't want anything to pretty much sabotage the company of Disney and their image of how they handle Star Wars. So with that being said, with both Disney and Lucasfilm now focused on developing a better future for the Star Wars franchise, it's explained that Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are currently working very hard to make the future of Star Wars a more enjoyable experience for the Star Wars fandom, both on Disney Plus and for theatrical releases of the Star Wars universe. Now, though Disney went through many problems within the Skywalker saga, such as The Rise of Skywalker being a very difficult and shaky production, it's noted that before the two phases of reshoots by Kathleen Kennedy for Episode 9, when they were pre-planning principal photography for the film, at first it's noted that Kathleen Kennedy wanted to replace Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker for the final film of the Skywalker saga with another actor that would have been the older design of Anakin. Now, it's explained that Kennedy at first wanted nothing to do with Hayden Christensen, as she feared that his criticism from the prequel trilogy era would sabotage the movie by JJ. Now, it's noted, of course, that Kennedy was on the hunt to find a replacement for Hayden Christensen as Anakin for a couple of weeks until JJ was able to finally convince her that Hayden needed to have a presence in the movie as Anakin Skywalker, where after some scenes were shot by Lucasfilm, Kennedy decided to pull away from the Anakin scenes and only used a couple of lines of dialogue from one of his deleted scenes for when he speaks to Rey on the world of Exegol. And let me just say one thing right here, is that this once again just tells us that Kathleen Kennedy has no idea exactly what the fans want, right? You can't just go out replacing a specific actor who portrayed such an amazing character and expect the fans to actually have no issues with it, right? Could you imagine if that actually came to fruition where they actually got Anakin in the movie, but it was not Hayden Christensen? I think fans would have flipped out. But I digress. This is what ultimately upset fans, of course, not being able to see their favorite Jedi of the Skywalker saga that served such great purpose to the massive saga created by Lucas back in 1977. Kennedy initially looked at many actors to replace Hayden Christensen in an attempt to give the fans a different version of Anakin Skywalker that they have never seen before. They actually brought Hayden Christensen on board before he was actually let go. Now, additionally, it's explained that composer John Williams even recorded a major theme for Anakin for Episode 9 that was completely deleted from the film since Kennedy gave Hayden the boot from the project. And this, once again, guys, it's not just how she portrayed George and Hayden, but even John Williams working on such amazing music, such amazing tracks of music that were actually deleted from the movie and may actually never see the light of day until the JJ cut drops on Disney+. So, J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as George Lucas, felt betrayed after this major decision at last minute, sometime in 2019, before moving on to other reshoots and rewrites for the movie. It's actually also described that there was going to be a father and son reunion between Luke and Anakin in 1 or 2 scenes in The Rise of Skywalker at the time when it clocked in at 4 hours long in length, where they were discussing to split the film into two different parts. Now, this plan was put to an end quickly by Kennedy, as she did not want to release a two-part Star Wars film that would serve as the end of the Skywalker saga, since it would interfere with other projects like the Clone Wars Season 7 and would break the trilogy. Once again, this lines up with the rumors that we heard about a year and a half ago, that they were planning to divide the movie into two different parts. Even Chris Terrio talked about this not too long ago this year, is that they were actually considering this and talking about this and wished for it to happen, but it all came to an end. And honestly, guys, I think it would have been a fantastic idea to really make up for the mess of The Last Jedi. So with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.